Hi Robert, hope you're well. My first question to you really ahead of the game on Wednesday is, bearing in mind the crucial sort of 3 points were secured yesterday against Palace, how much was that win needed in order to boost confidence going into your game against Everton, also bearing in mind the West Ham knockout not that long ago as well?
I mean, it's extremely important win, and I think we had a really good first half, and then we struggled some in the second half, and to get the win anyway is a really boost for the self-confidence. And you know, if you look at last 6 games, I think we are doing some quite good result and some decent performances in the games, but not the whole games. But still, it was a really important win, and how we won it with a free kick in the last minute with Olivia is also very good.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a blinder. And Spurs, I think, against Palace as well, they weren't really short of creating chances, a bit like we saw against West Ham as well. They very much are playing, you know, in a strong attacking way and creating chances. Are you concerned at all about sort of a lack of goal conversions from some of those chances in the last 2 run-outs?
For us, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we scored 3 goals. I think we do a 4th goal with Beth in England. I'm not really sure that is an offside, so that's quite good to proceed those goals. I think Jessica has have a good moment in the second half when she do the cutback. So, you know, we create chances, we score a few goals, and we first half was actually a really good half against Crystal Palace. If you look at the rain, the wind, and how we actually play them out and how we score those 2 goals, it was a good performance. But I'm honest with the second half, it's not a good performance. So we need to be better to keep the performance on a different level, so we don't get the teams coming to us, because we shouldn't give them the chance to perhaps take a point for us. But I'm not even concerned. I think, you know, the 2 goals from Beth in England it's world class. The cross from Anna is brilliant. The corner from Mighty is really good. So I actually see stuff that get us better and better right now, and that's very pleasing to see. And then we need to fix a few details so we win even easier in games, but we actually win games now and score goals. So no, I'm actually quite pleased.
Cool. Just lastly from me, some really great news to wake up to this morning around the signing of Josephine Rbr. I wondered how long you've had your eye on her from your time at Hacken, and how you see her sort of fitting into the squad when we've already sort of got quite a packed, sort of competitive back line. How do you see her fitting in?
I mean, when I had her in Hacken, she was my assistant captain, and she was one of the key players to make sure we can play the way we want to play. So she's very aware how we play. She's very good on the ball, extremely technical and good in the possession. The good thing the last 2 years, she also have developed to play as a 6 as well, which means that she gives us options in 2 different positions. So we have a really strong, you know, in the centre back position, we have really strong players. But now we also get another alternative in the 6 role as well. So she just had her first training today, so we're going to make sure she gets to know everybody and get ready. But that gives us a lot of good options for this upcoming 5 months. So great character as well, very professional, very high demanding person as well. So no, that's a really good signing.
Absolutely. Thanks, Robert, and best of luck on Wednesday.
Cheers.
Alex?
Afternoon, Robert. Just want to carry on with Josephine Rbr, really. Spurs had a lot of centre-backs, but most of them are more comfortable using their right foot, so the first foot. I believe she's left-footed. Was that part of the reasoning for starting her?
No, she's right-footed, but she can play with both feet. Yeah, no, she's right-footed. She's very good to play with both feet, but no, she's definitely right-footed. I think. I need to ask her, but she always played a right centre-back, and she has great skills with her right foot. So obviously, if you have a right-footed right-back and a left-footed left centre-back, it's perhaps the most ideal in one way. But if you see Molly when she played to the left, when you see Luana and Claire play to the left, they can handle it very well as well. So sometimes it's hard to find a few left-footed left players in some areas, and then you need to find out what do you need from these players. And Josephine Rbr is so good on the ball. She's a great character. So even if she's not left-footed, she suits the way we want to play and the character we want to bring.
And you've mentioned a lot since joining Spurs, really, that you prefer players to sign long-term contracts, 2-3-year deals. Why think it's different? It's only 6 months. Is there any reasoning for that, or does it just kind of suit both parties?
I mean, it's a difference when you look at this summer window, winter window, in the middle of the season, what you want to look for the long time and short time. Josephine starts with a short contract, but it's a plan connected to her. But it's also a plan where we look for a technical director and the long time recruitment of everything. And where we ended this period of time was that this is a perfect start of building a relationship with her and make sure we can, during this journey, find ways to see what the future is. So normally, long-term contract is perhaps the easiest way to go and the best way, but right now at where we are, this was the best solution for both her and us, so I think we are very pleased with that, but you never know what happens after that.
Enquiries asked your team news for Wednesday, any knocks from yesterday, and in particular Izzy Spence. Is she back in contention?
Yeah, so she did. She was on grass today, so everything looks like she can participate on Wednesday, which is the only one who cannot play from yesterday is Lisa Kopp, because she was registered before that game, and there's some rules in this country that when you postpone a game that you were not able to play in, then you cannot play this game. So Lisa Kopp will not be in the squad.
Perfect, thank you. Best of luck.
Cheers.
Thanks. Annie Rudner, Sports Gazette.
Hi Robert, so just about the game against Palace yesterday, great escape at the end, but now that's been 2 back-to-back games where your team has given away a lead. Have you identified this issue and spoken about the team with it?
Yeah, I mean we are aware that we now have received considered goals in quite similar situations where we lose the ball and they come around and do a crosses and score in a counter-attack phase, basically. So yeah, I mean we are aware of that, and we try to look at why that happened and what we need to fix. So we know that we need to improve on and make sure we get better there. Absolutely.
Great. And in terms of clean sheets, also has been a bit of an issue. So with Rybin signing, do you think that also will help with the defensive?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Lisa Kopp, she had a clean sheet the first game. If you look at this game, she obviously had a clean sheet, but you can tell that she's a really good goalkeeper. Those 2 goals were nothing to do with her. Strengthening our team with Josephine as well will give us options to make sure we can develop, but tactically also to make sure we have a better balance when we're attacking and where we can risk the ball and not risk the ball, and how we adapt when we lose the ball. Those are the areas we need to improve now, because we're not bad in the high press or how we defend. It's more like some phases of the way that we let them come to really good chances. So, but every week will be a new phase we need to learn and develop. And right now it's from these moments.
Great. And betting has been great form. And is she in consideration to start tomorrow, or are you looking to rotate the squad?
I think it's we're going to look into the game tomorrow. On 2 days, so we're going to have a training tomorrow, make sure everybody is feeling fresh. Beth is one of those who have played all these games, 90, so I think she's on the limit how much she can play this game and on Man United, so I need to find a really good way to use her, because she's giving a lot to the team. But we will train tomorrow and see who can start, who can be coming on from the bench, and she's going to be in around the team, but if she starts or not, we need to wait and see a little bit more how she feels tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Chris?
Hi Robert, hope you're well. What's it like for a manager when your team gets a last-minute winner yesterday?
I think that's one of the best feelings when you're a coach. Obviously you want to win 4-0, 5-0, but then you don't get that feeling when you get that adrenaline in the end, right? So it's a roller coaster. You think the first half is really good, you're standing there and look like, yes, we are back, we're showing this really good football, and then for a while in the second half I feel like, what's happening now? We need to find a way to win this, and then you kind of, okay, can we actually do it? And then the free kick comes and you score that goal, and you realize like it's a relief, but it's also so much happiness, and it also like strengthen the team. So no, I just love that, and you should always respect winning. I mean, it's not the easiest way to win a game in the toughest league in the world. So well done by the girls to find a way to win.
Well, of course, very disappointing for your team to lose against West Ham. Now we're out of the League Cup, of course, back in FA Cup action. The only chance now to possibly lift the trophy this season. I know I'm always asking you about team selection and how strong you're going to go, but reaching the final last year, of course, that was a disappointing day. Although, fantastic into the final, but surely you want to go one step and perhaps lift the trophy. Of course, you face Chelsea next if you beat Everton. How much do you do the players really want to go that one step further this time around?
I mean, we have a really strong, belief that we want to go for it again in the FA Cup. I think it's those moments last year was something special. This year, when we go into this tough period of time and we were actually postponing the game, it ends up in a little bit of a struggle where we play so many games in a short time, and we have Man United on Sunday at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which means that you absolutely want to go and win tomorrow. That's the aim for it, but I'm not willing to risk the players' health and probably injuries to go far in the FA Cup when everything happens. I need to make sure I also balance the squad tomorrow or on Wednesday with how fresh they are, because it's really hard to go from 5 weeks off to play Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. So we're going to have a really strong team. We're going to have a really strong 11. But I'm picking the starting 11 also comparing to how I can get the best energy from the squad. And then I hope we can find a way to win that game and have a long run in the FA Cup.
In the WSL since the start of December, 3 wins, 1 draw, which you must be very happy with. But before that, of course, it was quite a bad run, playing a lot of the tough teams. Some of the best teams in the WSL. As you go into Feb and March, you then face Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City. What's going to be different this time around for you?
If you look at mental aspect, we're coming into these games now with a quite good run of games that you say. So self-confidence wise, we are probably on a better spot than when we drew Aston Villa and lost Liverpool before we went to those games last time. I think we have developed as a team, especially in the press and how we defend, which is quite necessary when we play these big teams. We have got back some of the players who couldn't play, like Maite Oros and Hayley Raso, which is also going to strengthen us. We have signed a really good goalkeeper, Josephine Rbr and Olivia Holt. So we have more players that are on a high level. So we have different stuff that's going to make sure that we have a bigger chance, I think, to have a good chance against them. Then they have strengthened their squads. You can see that they are buying new players as well. And I think everybody knows in this country that nobody expects us to win these 3 games that's coming up against those top teams. But we are now quite sure that we know how we should do to try to win against them. And if we can win one, hopefully the first one against Man United, then we're going to push for the next one. But it's not logical to think that we're going to win those 3 games, but we need to make sure we get closer in those games and try to get at least 1 win, perhaps 2 wins. So we can take steps. But the main thing is we play Everton on Wednesday, so we don't really have too much headspace on those games yet. So on Wednesday is much more about how we're going to play and try to dictate the game. And then we're going to go for the Man United, which it's going to be a tough one. You can tell they are really good right now and have a really good defense and winning games. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I want to start winning against the top teams.
Absolutely. Robert, lastly, of course you faced Everton only last month, beating them 2-1 in the WSL. What have you made of them overall this season, and what sort of game are you expecting?
I think Brian is a tactical coach, which is he's very flexible and changing formations and style during games as well. They have recruited good players. I'm not sure if all of them are available or not, but they have a strong squad now, quite big squad compared to last time. They obviously lost against West Ham the other day, but they are good in the games. They play some good football. But I also know when we play them, all the times we have played them, we have had good chance to dominate the possession and create chances and everything. So if we have a good day, I know that we have a good chance to win. If we not have the best day, I know it's going to be a really tough game. So it's focus on ourselves to make sure we have a really good performance, and it's still a cup game, so you need to be very sharp in some decisions, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck as well. But we're going to go for it and see if we can go to the next round.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks. Sheridan?
Hi, Robert. Looking ahead, how does advancing in the FA Cup align with the broader goals for the team this season?
I think to improve, which is the main thing, is hard to improve in the FA Cup if we don't win the FA Cup. So obviously we need to go for the wins, but I think the league is the main thing, how we improve and how we play. So I think if we can have a cup run, it's really good for us to get more games and learn how to play cup games and try to reach the final again. But in the league, you can tell that Tottenham top 6, same point as the top 5 team. We're taking steps, but it's not beautiful football all the time. But it's part of the game. So I think we still are on a good run. It's the second year. As a manager, it's always tricky to the second year, and I think we have still taken steps. So right now, I'm quite pleased what we get out of the squad, of me, the team, the squad, and the next step will be to be more consistent and to try to create more goal chances, and on the other hand, protect the goal a little bit better. But once again, it's a very tough league, so it's a really hard league to develop and close the gap in. But I think we take steps, and I think the cup game and the cup run will be something special for us to do again. So hopefully we can have that.
And specifically, how are you balancing preparation for this crucial game while also building momentum in the league, as you were stating?
So basically, we had the game yesterday. We were in today, but instead of training today, everybody had a yoga session to recover mentally and relaxed to make sure they can go again on Wednesday. Using the squad is one of the biggest thing we use now to make sure everybody's a part of this development, and then still just looking at the next game and not the game after that. So we need to stay present. We need to work here and now. The yoga helped us with that. I think the squad helping out, the players coming on the bench last game, Olivia and Jess, for example, having some great moments to make sure we got the win. So I think we're building momentum with the squad. So it's not only starting 11 that makes us go forward, it's the whole squad and the team around as well, the staff members as well. So one step at a time, stay present, make sure we win the next game, and then we take the next game after that.
So can we expect any squad rotation or opportunities for those younger players in the FA Cup matches?
Yeah, you can absolutely expect a few faces that perhaps didn't start the last game that starts on Wednesday, absolutely.